Hey all you zealots and zerglings out there, I just got done having Oreo cookies and milk. If you do not think Oreo cookies and milk are awesome, then you can no longer be my friend. Anyhow, that's not important right now. What we have right now here is a StarCraft game to cast, so yeah, why don't we get right to that. This is a 3 versus 3 on my own personal creation, Duran's Baneling map. Which, if you haven't seen my first cast on that map, it's basically a 12-player map where there are sort of 4 pods of 3 bases each, and each pod's got like a little ring of natural expansions, and they also sort of have a very hard to defend high yield just outside your base. Center map's pretty densely packed, a couple of watchtowers to watch over activity in the center. Your natural expansion ring also has these backdoor rocks, which you can use to reinforce with your allies if you're in a 6v6 mode, or open up new additional attack paths. Now, this is a 3 versus 3. I've spawned as the purple Zerg. My allies are Dunamai, the teal Zerg, and Spartan, the red Zerg. These were all selected. We decided to do an all Zerg team. And our opponents are Hagore, who we have not seen in quite some time, but decided that he was going to do us the honor of his presence that night, is the blue Protoss, Mike the yellow Protoss, and Contrarian the orange Protoss. So they all selected to be Protoss, so this is a Protoss versus Zerg on the map Duran's Baneling, and we have yet to have anyone that claimed the 300 points for guessing the cultural reference in that map title. So it is still up for grabs. There's a lot going on here. I think we might just want to speed this up a bit so we can kind of get into the action. I've got a spawning pool going down. We can bring up the production tab. It's going to be fairly similar when we've got pools going down, queens coming out. So it looks like Spartan's already got his pool out and ready. We got a cybernetics core for Mike. We're starting to see some zealots on the map. Don't look getting anything too tricky yet. Looks like Hagore's kind of starting a wall in here, a 2-gate wall in. He's got an awful lot of pylons. He's got the I have no idea why he has this many pylons, but that's probably not the best build. And he's gonna almost completely. No, I think he did completely wall himself in with gateways. I didn't know you can get them that close to each other. So he is walled in completely with gateways. And looks like we got Dunamai getting an expansion. I am also getting an expansion, and Spartan also getting expansion. So the Zerg are all expanding. The Protoss are not. We have a fairly tight wall in here for Contrarian, leaving one little slot open here that he's blocking with his zealot on hold position so that nobody can run through. Well, almost nobody, but you can figure it out what that means on your own. And we got a sort of a wall in here for Mike. Looks like he could. I don't know if he could block this off with just a zealot, but still be a bit of a snake through there for any Zergling run-bys or anything. And what we got here, we got a stalker watching the corner of his base. I'm not sure what for. Putting a pylon here behind this vision blocker so they can see any tricky play going on there. And we do have some motion, a lot of zealots. Let's slow this down because these zealots look like they mean business. They're about to meet 4 Zerglings, which these Zerglings don't have much of a chance. They will grab the watchtower, so they might be able to see him coming. Yeah, the zealots are still coming. And is he going to see them? He's not looking. I don't think he's looking at the Zergling right now, but these Zergling will see these zealots running past. And it looks like Dunamai and I both saw the zealots at the exact same time. Do we have anything to defend? We got nothing at our front ramp right now. We do have some Zerglings here. Oh, Zerglings and roaches. The Zerglings can soak up a lot of damage while the roaches. Oh, but we have other reinforcements. We got a few stalkers here from Mike. So they're getting kind of an early aggression here. Get rid of the production tab. It's just kind of in the way right now. Here come the zealots. It would have been better if they joined up with those stalkers. And it looks like Zerglings are going to come in here and start forming. Well, we need to get these roaches down there. Yeah, we need to get those roaches down there doing some damage. Oh, there's a lot of roaches hiding back there. I think we should be able to pick this up fairly well. Oh, and these stalkers are going to get us surrounded by Spartan Zerglings, and stalkers do not like Zerglings one bit. So that is some good reinforcement there. Completely flanked the Protoss and completely obliterated them. Now let me grab the production tag if I can. We got spine crawlers coming up here for Dunamai, putting up a little bit of defense. Not a bad idea. Oh, what's this? What is this? We've got air. Oh wow, Contrarian in all that time has gotten up quite a sizable void ray force, and already researching the level 1 attack, which just now completed. So he is going to have something, and now he's starting the armor, so this could be a little bit scary right now. Because he has already way out-teched us. Oh, wait, but I do have mutas on the map, too. I did actually completely miss that coming, too. That battle really obscured a lot of what was going on. And we just got more zealots here for Hagore. Does he even have a cybernetics core? No cybernetics core. So, what does he got going down here? So he's just going for mass zealot. And Contrarian just getting his expansion down, and it looks like Mike already has his expansion down for quite some time, and as we already saw over here, Hagore does have his, so everyone has now expanded. So we bring up the production tab again. We got a Baneling nest going down for Dunamai. That could be interesting. Some Mutalisks for me. And still pumping out the Void Rays for Contrarian. Now the thing is, the Mutalisks are pretty good against the Void Rays because the Void Rays do not do a lot of damage to Mutalisks. They're a really small unit. The Void Rays have to get charged up before they become really scary. So if these guys go head to head, who knows what could happen. But he's still pumping them out. Only one Stargate. You know, I almost... Since he's building no ground army, let's check the units tab. No, his ground army is 1 zealot and 1 stalker. Since he's got no ground army, I really like to see him get a second gateway up, second Stargate up. Because I mean, he's on 2 base. Oh, we could have way better saturation. However, his saturation is just awful. And we got some zealots moving out here with these. Yeah, he needs a lot better saturation. He could afford at least 2 Stargates, and he'd have a lot more Void Rays right now. What do we got here? Just an overseer, probably doing some scouting around. So these Void Rays are getting surprisingly close. I do have some Mutalisks here. They will be helpful. I don't think we have any other anti-air other than Queens, which Queens will do okay against Void Rays if you've got enough numbers. And it looks like we're spotting the next force of Zealots, and these Void Rays are trying to sneak in the back door. What do we got going back here? There's no defenses except this one Queen. A bunch of Overlords would make a juicy target. Oh, but my Mutalisks are moving out now. This could not be a worse time. And the attack is going to commence against us, and we got a Spine Crawler trying to get up. The Zealots are not attacking it, so it could finish. Dunamai's trying to bring his Spine Crawler forward. The Zealots are going to get completely obliterated by the Roaches, looks like even in these numbers, but the Stalkers will do good against the Roaches. But here comes some Zerglings. They need to ignore that Zealot. It's not going to do any good against the Zealot. They need to get us around on the Stalkers. And in this time, I never saw these Void Rays, which is unfortunate, because it looks like Spartan just lost his lair, and I was actually completely oblivious. I was so focused on this battle, I never even saw the other one going on. In fact, I was probably more focused on getting my Mutalisks in there, and they're about to hit Hagore's mineral line, which I don't know if he's the biggest threat right now, considering he just seems to be pumping out a bunch of Zealots, of which he has 9 right now. Spartan's afraid that he is finished. The Void Rays are going to evacuate out of there. I don't know, maybe they're afraid there's some anti-air coming. But no, the anti-air right now is busy here, and it looks like they've either scared or killed off all the probes, which, since I don't think you can get out of Hagore's base, it must mean he killed all the probes. We checked the units lost now. Well, actually, that's not really very helpful. It's not going to show us how many workers lost, and I can't bring up the workers lost tab here in team play. It only works for 1v1. And the Void Rays are going to come back in, try to finish off this base. And are we producing any anti-air right now? We got a Hydralisk Den coming down from Dunamai. I'm making more Mutalisks, and I don't even know at what point I realized that there was Void Rays in the air, or Void Rays on our base. But my Mutalisks were so far away, I'm like, well, if I fly them all the way back, I don't know. I guess I was just hoping my allies would be prepared. Okay, I think this is the point at which I realized we had Void Ray problems. And I just did not see the Void Rays till then, which I've got to get better at watching what's going on, especially since there's absolutely no one contesting me in this base. And there's going to go Dunamai's lair, and we're getting Hydralisk Spore Crawler. So yeah, this was on me. This was on me, guys. I just absolutely completely missed these Void Rays going to town on our base. And if we repelled them, it could have been a different story. And he's still producing, though. He did finally get a second Stargate. He's got a ton of resources now. So he probably could maybe even get a 3rd or 4th gate up. I don't know. Maybe some Zealot Force to complement his Void Rays. And we just got completely decimated here. But we also did quite a lot of damage to Hagore. Where are my mutas at? I mean, I got a cluster right here. Where are the rest of my mutas? I don't know where oh, here they are. Couldn't see the purple on the map. They are now harassing Mike. Looks like they did some damage to his probe line. I'm not sure how many got away. And then these stalkers. I need to get away from those stalkers. And here comes the Void Rays to try to push me out. Although I could probably take those on if I can get them away from the stalkers. But we still got Void Rays here complete. Oh man, this is absolutely brutal. We do have a counterattack. Oh no, we do not have a counterattack. These are just drones. I'm still trying to continue my harassment. Did more damage to Hagore. We checked the units. This Hagore, he has 2 probes left and 6 zealots, so he was getting completely obliterated. But again, he's not the biggest threat. He's just on 3 gate zealots, which even if he wanted to go mass zealots, which I guess there's nothing wrong with that, and then maybe gas feed his ally, which maybe he is. I don't know, maybe he did gas feed his ally, so maybe that's why he went all zealots. But he could get a lot more gateways off of 2 bases. He could easily fund twice as many gateways, and he actually's got no gateways now because I killed the pylons. So I did a completely obliterated the one guy that was not really that big a threat to us right now because we were completely repelling his zealot attacks. And Dunamai is trying to reposition his spore crawlers. He needs to get those burrowed. And I don't know what these roaches are doing except trying to die. Except now these voiders are partially charged up, so this is just absolutely brutal. Oh, and now we're seeing some Phoenix, so I guess my Mutalisks have been harassment enough. The Phoenix will absolutely destroy Mutalisks if you play it correctly. Because if we do we have any Phoenix out here yet? Yeah, we checked the Phoenix. They do 11 damage per light plus 2 attacks. So technically they do 22 damage every shot against a Mutalisk, which has, if I can grab just one of these, a Mutalisk has 120. So 22. So 6 shots will kill a Mutalisk with no armor upgrades easily. And now I'm bringing my Mutalisks back, which I don't know where the Void Rays are now. The Void Rays apparently are gone. So that's kind of embarrassing. And I do have +1 attack on my Mutalisks. Am I getting any other upgrades? I'm not doing anything right now, which I have a ton of resources. What am I doing? I guess I'm too busy microing. And here comes some stalkers. Probably ill-advised. I've got a pretty good force here to clean that up on my own, which I'm probably the only one that's got a force left. Let me check the army size. I do have the biggest army supply right now, but that's pretty bad when my 2 allies are almost last, except for Hagore, who is losing units somewhere. Oh, we got more Void Rays, and here is the Phoenix. And this is not the best engagement for me. I'm trying to do some damage to the air, but we got a lot of Phoenix in here. And look at, they're just destroying my Mutalisks completely. Plus these Void Rays have charged up. So I'm just trying to do what I can to this Air Force because, you know, it looks like we're having a huge advantage on ground. And now we're going to get a fleet beacon for Contrarian, so he just had the right build. And, well, again, it's just absolutely my fault for not even realizing those Void Rays were in our base. I could have brought my Mutalisks back there a long time ago, and probably could have brought them back the second they started attacking, but I didn't even notice them. I saw the ground attack coming to our front door. I completely missed the Void Rays. I could have brought them back, destroyed it, and we might not have been too bad off right now, but we're just going to completely destroy this hatchery. Needs to be canceled. Needs to be canceled. He did not cancel that. And, oh, just that. Well, actually, I guess that's 22 versus light. Well, it's just with their +1 attack right now, but I don't know what where they are unupgraded. But that doesn't matter because we are upgraded. Now I'm bringing my Mutalisks in to get destroyed by, this is a lot of Phoenix, which we already had very little anti-air to begin with, and I'm just trying to do what damage I can because this is their biggest threat, and I'm the only one that can do something about it. Still pumping out more Mutalisks. We check the units lost now. And I have lost a lot. I did lose a lot of Mutalisks, and we've all lost a lot. I mean, Hagore lost a lot too, but again, he wasn't the biggest threat. It's these Void Rays that are just absolutely killing us. Picking up the Queen. That's right, get in the range of the Queens. Shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. Oh, one Phoenix goes down. That's small comfort, however. Oh, he's going to try to take out that spawning pool, but he does have Mutalisks on his tail. He could probably bring the Phoenix back to defend it, but I don't know. And it looks like Hagore is taking the expansion, trying to cut down these rocks, although he doesn't have to. He can have his probes here right now mining on these. That's how it was designed, is that half the base is blocked off with these rocks. The other half is wide open. Oh, actually, well, he is getting some probes out now. And it looks like Spartan did get an expansion up. Double hatchery. No anti-air, which is what we really need to see. We could really use a lair right now. He can easily afford a lair, which is what we really need so we can get some Hydralisks out, or a Spire even. We check production, and now we're getting level 2 air for Contrarian. He's getting 2 more gateways, or 2 more Stargates. Sorry, he's not really doing any gateway play this time around. Completely cheated it to go full-on air, which I kind of half expected, which is part of the reason why I teched to Mulus. But now he's got 4 gates going. I don't know if he's got the gas to support all 4 of these, unless he's being fed gas, which is quite possible. And I'm getting air armor level 1. And Dunamai's got a lot going on. Hatchery, that's lair, hatchery, roachhorn, spore crawler, getting some drones back up, getting some queens up, getting some armor for everybody. And we check, oh, I've got another Mulus force here, but they're going to come here and see that there's absolutely nothing. Hagore just did not decide to rebuild there. Maybe it wasn't worth it for what he'd mined off of these already. They're getting a little low. And maybe he thought there'd be more profit elsewhere. And we got more of Contrarian's Air Force moving out, and they're going to run into these Zerglings, which... Oh, and these Zealots are going to try to take out these rocks now. It's like Hagore's just trying to grab high-yield bases. There come the Void Rays. Those Zealots are going to pay with their lives. Burrow on these. I grab one. No burrow. They're going to run and get sniped by Void Rays as they flee in terror. And my Mulus harassing it, but they've got these darn Phoenix to deal with again. I do take them out, and I need to regroup because I want to try to take these Void Rays separately if I can. Yeah, and I'm going to pull back, but he's smart, and he's going to try to pull back. He knows I was trying to bait them out of there, and he did not want to leave where it was safe. And we're getting Hydralisks done back up for Dunamai. Whether it will do anything at this point, I don't know. I do have a lot of Zerglings. No upgrades on those Zerglings, however. And it looks like I am pulling my Mutas together again. They do have the +2 attack. The +1 armor is just about to finish right about now. Getting more Mulus, so I just keep pumping out Mulus, which I'm not sure if that's the best bet. And now we got Mike going for air. And he has grabbed this expansion down here, which is very hard to defend on if you've got a full 12-player map, because you're going to have enemies across this chasm here. So this will be a hard one. A little easier now because we're diagonal or cross positions, so it's a little safer to take, but just a point of interest. Oh, we got 3 gates going for Mike, so now he's pumping out the Void Rays. These gates have gone all but derelict, and he did research warp gates, but he never created any warp gates, so that is kind of interesting. And now pumping out Phoenix for Contrarian. Now my Mulus are trying to snipe these Zealots for Hagore. That's something they can do quite easily, and we need to take out this base. I don't know why Hagore's e-gadding. Maybe it's just because he's getting hit again, but he's got the base out there, and Contrarian wants to apparently go together. And he wants everyone to know it. Down go all those probes. Like I said, this is a very hard base to defend, especially when we got air in there. We got some Phoenixes. Oh, we got a ton of Phoenixes hiding in there. Well, okay, we got 4 Phoenixes hiding in there. They do get another Mutalisk. Dunamai is getting range attack for his Hydras. I'm getting level 2 armor. I can use it definitely against these Phoenix, which are currently 2-1, and even bolstering them more. And no, don't go in there. Am I gonna lose? Oh, and I lose another Mulus. And I think if I click on one of these, Phoenix have speed of 4.25. I have 3.7, so the Phoenix can run me down and micro against me like crazy. So this is not looking good for my Mulus, but I'm kind of committed to this path because we need to go Mutalisks or Hydralisks. I mean, I guess Corruptors might not be bad. The Void Rays but do bonus against Corruptors. But it might help us against the Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix have got a range of 4. I have no idea what the range of a Corruptor is. And it's not going to tell me here. No, it's not going to tell me there. So I don't know if a Corruptor would be good to mix into my army or not. Oh, and here come all these Phoenix. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I could take them on. I do have quite a few Mutalisks. Here come the Void Rays to help, plus a couple extra Phoenixes. And my Mulus are starting to get absolutely decimated. Contrarian microing his Phoenix fairly well. Maybe not perfectly, but I don't know, against super mutas, maybe he doesn't need to micro them perfectly because they are pretty good against mutalisks. Well, the only thing better maybe is Thor's because they get all that splash damage against it. And it looks like we're about... he outnumbers me in Phoenixes, so I just got my Mutos completely obliterated. It looks like my base is on the chopping block next, and I got all these drones that are just like, we don't want to work. And here comes the Hero Queen to take on all these Void Rays. 12 Void Rays. Wait, we got more Void Rays. More Void Rays. More Void Rays. So, 17 Void Rays. Contrarian wants to kill my Spire. I don't know why, because he's been handling my Mules very well. It's Hagore that's going to want to kill my Spire. He's the one who's feeling the front of my Mutalisks. And I think at this point, these Void Rays, there are no upgrades on Mike's Void Rays, but Contrarian is a 2-1. I'm blown. And what? We're getting a Warp Prism for Mike? Why is he going Warp Prism now? That doesn't make any sense at all. Does he even have anything to load in a Warp Prism? He has 4 Stalkers. Okay, he can put his 4 Stalkers in the Warp Prism and fly him somewhere, but he has no... he didn't engage his Warp Gate, so he can't warp in anything anywhere until he transforms these. Oh, we got a huge Force of Roach Hydra here for Spartan on a counterattack, which may be too late. Oh, and I do actually have Zerglings here too, and here comes some Zerglings for Dunamai. So here comes the big counterattack. Not really sure how much damage we're going to do because we got this massive air force completely obliterating our bases. Oh, this is Dunamai's expansion. See, I still have my expansion. It's getting pretty low on resources, looks like. Yeah, it is. And our forces are destroying Contrarian's expansion, which has still got a ton of resources. It doesn't have a lot of gas, though. But that massive air force is very gas intensive. But now we got Void Rays here. We have where are the Hydralisks? 2 Hydralisks remain. We have 2 Hydralisks remaining. We needed a lot more Hydralisks, but you know, rebuilding, I bet he didn't have the gas for it. He doesn't have a lot of gas, ton of minerals. Oh, and look at all these Hydras. We could use these. We could really use these. I think Contrarian's kind of like, okay, I'm ready to be done because I think you guys can't win, and he may be right. And now I've taken expansion up here, opposite of Mike's expansion here, out here in this little plateau. And these roaches are trying to do as much damage as they can while they can. When you check the income tab, we do actually have a sizable income lead right now. Mike's the only one right now that has any sort of income. So that's pretty good, but the problem is, we have no army. Well, look, Spartan's got a pretty big army that's now just getting obliterated. But I got 32. Dunamai's got 69. That's both less than Mike's and Contrarian's force. Hagore's not really doing anything right now because, you know, he's got 6 probes doing Lord only knows what. His probes are just sitting there. He can't even afford a nexus. He needs someone to spot him some minerals so he can even make a nexus. Can't even. Oh, he could make some zealots. Oh, looks like someone did actually feed him some minerals. Just as I noticed that. He could make some zealots though because he does have his gateways online again. But he's gonna opt for the nexus. I do still have my expansion, but this massive Void Ray force is moving out again. He's getting more. He's not really getting any more upgrades upgrades for it, which I don't think he can afford any. I mean, who's mining gas on their team? Mike's mining gas on their team, and that's it. Is he producing anything? He's not producing anything. So, you know, their mining right now is minuscule, and if it weren't for this massive Void Ray force, I would give us the edge, but we got to do something about all these Void Rays. That is the big... Well, actually, we got to do something about these Phoenix and these Void Rays, really. These are the Void Rays we need to worry about right now. Oh, look at how quickly they decimate these Zerglings. They don't even have a chance to escape. Look, 2 Zerglings made it out of that gauntlet. Oh my goodness. It shows you the power of that many Void Rays. 20... No, sorry, that's 12 Void Rays. And these Phoenix are still around, probably doing anything against my Spire. I believe later Contrarian said that he thought it was all over when my Spire went down. I think it was over before that, but we'll just see how this thing pans out. I'm trying to speed this up right now. We got another massive force moving out for Spartan, who's now got a lot more Hydralisks in this force. Maybe too many. I don't know, he might still want roaches. I guess it just depends on what we go up against. They'll do great against the Void Rays, depending on the numbers. I'm not really sure. Oh, and we do have another Nexus here for Hagore. Doesn't look like it's going to last long. Looks like my expansion got cleaned up. And the Void Rays are coming back. The Void Rays are coming back, and Hagore's gonna hide his probes. He doesn't want to lose them, because I think that's his last probe force. And here come the Void Rays. So now maybe these are the numbers of Hydralisks that he wants. And he needs to take out these Phoenix. He will take those out. Phoenix do actually get bonus damage to Hydralisks, which are considered light units. Oh, and I think that was kind of bad positioning. He did not have all those Hydralisks shooting at once. And now the Hydralisks are running. They're getting slow. Where are they running to? What is he trying to do? He's just letting the Void Rays snipe his Hydralisks without shooting back. That was our best chance right there. And these Zerglings are going to kill his Zealot and go to work on it. Start going to work on these gateways. Oh, it looks like Dunamai's got some Hydralisks of his own. They're going to take out Hagore's Nexus, which he does have enough for another one, as well as having some probes. Yeah, he's going to build one right away. So he's got 12 probes. Check. Well, I think he's another probe somewhere, and a Zealot. And I'm trying to rebuild a base here. What do we got going here? Putting a Hydralisk den up there, because that's what we need. I didn't figure Mulisk were going to do any good anymore against Phoenix, which... There's only one Phoenix left on the map, but I suppose with all the gateways they have, they could summon up another Phoenix force with very little effort, I think. So I'm not sure Mulisk would be the best choice. Not that... I mean, how many Void Rays is this now? Oh my goodness, they're on 2 pages now. So... 27 Void Rays just here, and a Phoenix. 24 Void Rays and a Phoenix. Here comes another massive Hydralisk force for Spartan. We do have an expansion up here for Mike. We got another expansion over here for Contrarian right next door to... Oh, looks like Spartan's got 2 expansions right near where Contrarian's is. So they've kind of taken up this whole quadrant of the map. And the massive Air Force is continuing to do obliteration. And do we have any, what do we got on upgrades here? It looks like there's, no, it's still just 2-1, so they're not getting any more upgrades. But look at this, do they really need them? Honestly, do they really need any upgrades? Oh, but now look at this. Spartan is going to take out Contrarian's production facilities. Oh, and I don't know what he had the fleet beacon for. Yeah, we didn't see any. That Void Ray is going to go down, and he's got to be aware that when those Void Rays show up. And I think at this point, what am I up to? Yeah, at this point, I see all these units down here, and I see all these units up here, and I'm just like, if this looks like a base race, so I just gotta hold on to my base. That is my sole purpose right now, because that's probably why these Void Rays aren't coming back. They think they're gonna be on a base race here. And we need to get these Hydralisks closer. Yeah, kill off those Void Rays. We need to get those Void Rays absolutely gone. Oh, and take out that pylon. All those cannons are done. So we're doing a sizable amount of damage here. These Void Rays are completely loose, but if we can, I mean, like I said, base race now, but they do have 4 expansions that are not in this location. So we're gonna see how much damage these Hydralisks can do. They are 2-2. That's not bad. And we're gonna ping this base. Yeah, I already knew about this base. And these drones are going to come here and absolutely get slaughtered. Honestly, Spartan, you've got to pay attention to where you're sending your drones, especially if you're sending them all en masse to a base you've not recently scouted. And I think we just took out all their production facilities. Are they producing more? We are getting another gateway there. Nothing there. 2 drones survived, barely. And where are those Void Rays now? There are those Void Rays. And I think I'm just the only one. Let's check the units right. Oops, that was the units tab. Dunamai, I think, is done. Spartan's got 20 21 Hydralisks and 2 Roaches, which are still trying to do as much damage as possible. Here comes this massive Void Ray Force. He's got to be ready to engage it properly. And I think I'm pinging that base because I knew it was there. I think I have an Overlord in the area. Or had an Overlord in the area. Oh, and here comes the big battle, but oh, it looks like the Hydralisks are getting decimated by the Void Rays, and that might be our last hope. Because we still have 12 Void Rays on the map. And are they producing anymore? It looks like Mike's reproducing a Stargate, which means he'll be soon be able to just produce a new Air Force. It looks like they're going to scout this corner base. Nope, we don't have anything there. Is that putting another? Yeah, so they're starting to rebuild their production facilities. And what do we got here? I've got... Oh, I saw our units die, so I moved my Hydralisks out just to finish off the base race. And then he comes at me. I mean, I got a lot of Spore Crawlers and a couple of Queens, but... What do we got here? We still got 8 Void Rays left. They're going to go after my Hydralisk Den, and I'm trying to do my best to take out everything that I possibly can. Because I'm basically it now. It's me against these Void Rays and, well, and whatever Mike can scrape back together, which he's got 3 more Void Rays coming. And it looks like I don't have quite enough defenses to take on these Void Rays. Pretty good defense. I need more Spore Crawlers over here, I think. And yeah, that Spore Crawler goes down. I did not get a transfuse off if I even have the energy. And then my Queen's burned down too quickly. There was nothing I could do. And it looks like I'm going to be throwing my Hydralisks away, trying to slowly micro them into the cannon so that they all can shoot. Because I didn't want just my front line shooting against those cannons. So it looks like I will get this base taken care of. But no, I have lost my base. And then I'm going to give the GG. So there's the final GG. I think we lost this game a long time ago when I completely missed those Void Rays destroying our base, although it looks like we almost came back. I mean, Spartan kept sending so many forces into their bases, I thought we might take it, so that's why I always kept holding on, but in the end, there were just too many Void Rays in the air, and we just didn't take them out, and they got critical mass. So, I hope you enjoyed this game. I know a lot of people were requesting seeing it cast, and Oreo cookies and milk are awesome, and have a day.